Hi guys, it's Sam. I just wanted to jump on and share with you some journals that I made. So for anyone who's celebrating Christmas, Merry Christmas. I hope you're having an awesome time. Or if you're not, I hope you're just having a few days kind of relaxing, putting your feet up, making the most of everything being nice and quiet and chilled at this time of year. So I've made these two journals as Christmas presents and I wanted to just share them with you before I wrapped them up really. And they're both kind of pretty chunky. Well, pretty chunky, they're huge. So they're slightly different sizes. There's not much difference between them. But I just wanted to share them really before I wrap them up. So I've got two. I've got one for my mum, which is this one, and then one for my sister-in-law, which is this one. And I made them both pretty much the same way, except that they're both made out of old books. But my mum's a primary school teacher, so hers was out of an old children's book. So I've just cut the fabric around the front. I've not hemmed it or anything because I don't mind it being tatty and threads and things because it's a junk journal. So I've used a children's book for my mum's, and I've actually kept the story intact so that you could read the story as well. I will go through it. And then my sister-in-law's one I made from an old nature book. So it's got flowers and things in. So I thought I'd just do a really quick flip through for you. I'm thinking of doing some tutorial videos as well, but let me know if you think that will be useful. So like I said, this was out of an old children's book. So I kept the front and back cover, but just put a new spine on it. And I've just put some kind of charms down the side there. You can see there's 3 signatures stitched in. And then there's just some beads, so 3 strings of beads that I've just attached through as well that match the colours, and they're just on elastics. And then it's really chunky, so there's 3 signatures, and I've made these out of obviously the children's book that was actually the children's book, if you like. I'll find a page. There we go. So that's children's storybook, and then I've just coffee dyed these ones, a load of scrapbook paper and supplies. The inside cover, like I said, I wanted it junky and messy, so it's actually an old napkin. I've obviously fabric wrapped this, and then that's a napkin over the top, so it's dead textured. And then I've just used a bit of everything really, so I'll just do a really quick flip. This is obviously scrapbook paper, and I've just punched holes in and attached some tags. That's the children's story. I've just stitched in as well some little pockets and put some bits of ephemera and things in that she can journal on. That's an old vellum bag, more scrapbook paper and ribbons. So I've just kind of had fun really, played with it. Doilies that I've stitched in. You can see that's the start of the children's story. So I've kept in some old writing paper. Kept in the story, so I know she'd like that, and attached some ribbons and trims, and that's the top of an envelope that's at the back of the book. And I've ripped the edges just because I like the look of it. There's old letter paper, again ribbon. So I'm hoping they enjoy them. I'm just going to do a really quick flip. There's plenty of tuck spots and things. I haven't really decorated this one so much. If you saw my Christmas journal that I made for myself, an envelope, you'll see that I did a lot of decoration. I did like stamping, and added loads and loads of decoration in before I actually started using it. And this one I haven't, and there's 2 reasons for that. Firstly, it's such a chunky book already that I didn't really want to add even more bulk to it. I don't know what she's going to put in herself, so I wanted to leave room for her to be able to chunk it up as well. But also, they've never junk journaled before. My mum and my sister-in-law, this is all brand new to them. So I don't know what they're going to use it for, to be honest. They might just want to leave it like this. I know my sister-in-law quite likes just the look of them as a nice thing to have. But I don't know whether they're going to put photos in. My mum journals, but she just likes to write. She doesn't really use photos. So she might just write down stories and things like that. Some pockets, more ribbon. Or they might put photographs in. I don't know what they're going to use them for, to be honest. So I just wanted to leave it quite simple. Plenty of empty room for them to, can stick. There are obviously decorations and things, but they can put photos in, or they can just journal, or they can do whatever they want. Stick bits in that they like. We've got tickets from somewhere that they can stick in. So these are just, that's a colouring in page that, again, it's all been coffee dyed and baked. Graph paper, some old invitations, the children's book, obviously, postcards. There's just all sorts of things in here. And envelopes and then all sorts. So I had really good fun making these. Like I said, I don't know what they're going to use them for. I'm hoping they are going to use them. I'm hoping I'm going to have some new friends to junk journal with, which would be kind of cool instead of doing it on my own. These are old cards as well that I managed to pick up at Junk Shop. Loads of tags. So I really enjoyed making them. And I'm hoping they're going to enjoy using them as much as I do, because I'm absolutely loving my Christmas one. Just added little fold outs. And I'm definitely hooked. I've done my December daily in a junk journal, and I'm completely and utterly hooked. A little tuck spot. And it's just the fact that it doesn't have to be perfect. You can just... Anything that you find, I've used like business cards of places that I've been, leaflets, bits of like menus and all sorts of things, just to added stuff in. Old dictionary paper, bits that I've stuck. That's actually wallpaper that I've stitched a few lines on. That's where I've stitched in one of the signatures, and I've kept the string. On some of the others I've hidden it, but I've kept it on that one. So yeah, it's just really, I love the feel of them. They're dead tactile and fun and playful, and another tuck spot there with an old doily. So I'm hoping they love them as much as I do, and we can have kind of crafty days and things. Would be really nice, but might be hoping too much. I think my mum will probably write in hers, to be fair. Like I said, she likes to write and journal. I'm not sure what my sister-in-law will use hers for, but we'll see. I think that's pretty much the end of this one. So that's the, you can see the I love the children's book because it's got the illustrations in, and that's the end of that one. So that's my mum's, and that's quite a small one, that one. I think it was about 6 inches by 5, something like that. So it's quite a smallish one. And then my sister-in-law's is a little bit bigger, still not much, about 6 by 7, something like that. And they've got a 2.5 inch spine on them. And again, it's got 3 signatures stitched in, 3 strings of beads. So I did the setup's the same, and I just went through and coffee dyed all the papers all at the same time. Still got the napkin cover, little sticker on there. Still got the scrapbook paper, but this one's obviously got the kind of nature book pages as well. Same sort of tip-ins and things. So I coffee dyed a load of plain papers, scrapbook papers, any papers I could get my hand on, like graph paper, doilies, all sorts of things. And then this is the old book. I've left some as kind of fold outs and tip-ins. I stitched some of the images on as little pockets. So I enjoyed this one because it's got all the florals in. But then obviously the other one's got the children's illustrations, so you can use any book that you like, really. That was old writing paper, envelopes, dictionaries. So I just had kind of a couple of days of coffee dyeing things and baking papers. And I even coffee dyed the ribbons and things I was using as well. That's obviously just normal paper that I've coffee dyed, and then I stitched. So I did batch them. So I just used different papers for each of them. So hopefully, I love him, he's so cute. Little envelopes and pockets. Hoping they're going to enjoy these. So little tags and some more stitch lines. That's something I've done in my December daily one, which I really enjoy, writing on the stitch lines like that. And again, plenty of empty space because I don't really know what they're going to use these for. I'm just hoping they enjoy them, really. I'd like to get one, so I'm hoping it's a good Christmas present for them. And like I said, if you want me to do some tutorials, because I really love doing this, it was really quick, really simple. It's just made of junk, so old books, scrap paper, all sorts of things. Whatever I could get my hands on, I've gone in there. Dictionaries, there's plenty of old cards. I have a box full of cards, Christmas cards and things. And they've a lot of it, like that's a card, greetings card, that's gone in. So the paper from the book. What else have I got? That's a seller book. Some more papers, paper bags, all sorts of things. So if you want me to do some tutorials on it, I don't mind doing that. Little tags that I've just added a bit of ribbon to, put in a tuck spot. I think that's about it in these. And it's stitched in some journal cards with a little bit of lace and a little tag that she can write on or do what she wants to. And just covered up the back of that card with a little bit of paper. So I have added some little decorative elements to these, but like I said, kept it quite blank for them. And I used some of the book paper as like a bit of a bookmark and just tucked that in. So I'm not sure. I don't know if they'll like these. We'll find out, won't we? I said they've not done junk journaling. They've been looking at my December daily and making nice noises at it. So I've done some little bits of decoration, but not much. So yeah, they seem to like my December daily album, which I have shared with you, so I hope you've seen that already. And yeah, they're both quite crafty, so I'm hoping that this is something they'll enjoy and get into. So there's tons of pages in these. I think I did 40 sheets of paper. So if you double that up, that'll be 80, because obviously front and back, so it's 80 pages. And if you use both sides, that's 160 surfaces to write on. So that's plenty to keep them busy, especially like I said, when they don't actually journal or do any of this at the minute. I'm just trying to encourage them and fold out pages. And yeah, so I really enjoyed this one. I want to make like a nature themed one for myself as well, so I might do that. And I was thinking that's the one I could do as a tutorial, if that would be something you'd be interested in. Nearly at the end, just put some like bits of ephemera, that's a picture frame and things in there. So I'm gonna go back in now, there we go. Torn pages. I don't mind, if the that tore when I was staining it and dyeing it, but it doesn't matter, it just adds to the book. And that's it. So those are the 2 that I've made. Hopefully you enjoyed the very quick flip through. And like I said, if you'd want to see how I did it, just let me know and I'll do some tutorials. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Thanks guys, bye.